The Step Up Integrity Certification Program. We had teachers, school owners, private and public stakeholders show up for the event. This is an initiative designed to verify and recognize schools that have put standard measures in place to mitigate academic and admissions dishonesty, as well as promote a culture of integrity in schools. And this is the certification process. Schools are first sensitized before any of the process begins. It takes 3 months and the certificate lasts up to 3 years. After that, you can recertify. Integrity Clinic will be available, and this is to provide support and the tools needed to promote integrity in schools.
This issue of if you repeat a child, the parents may withdraw them. If there can be something that will give school owners the courage, the confidence, things will work well. Because this helping a child in exam hall, this is the beginning. This what I'm saying now is the genesis of all those things. Please, if you can take that step, it will go a long way.
From time to time, we organize seminars to train teachers on how to explain those 12 core values. But the question is, despite the fact that this program has been in place since 2007, how come that we have all these magic centers? Does it mean that these values are not sinking into these words? 2 months ago, we carried out a sting operation in about 31 magic centers where they go to write jams. About 64 students were picked. But we are not going to prosecute them. We want to use them as witnesses to prosecute those who have those centers. But the question still remains. Does it mean that despite all these values that have been taught in school over the years, that the children are not taking it serious or is not sinking in them? This is one area we always want civil society to come in, attitude measurement.
Yes, the elders, whether in the church or in the house, we have.
Many other teachers had questions of their own. How can we encourage parents to not get involved in admission dishonesty, paying money illegally for their children to attend top schools? This was a concern for Mrs. Adeba. Mr. Adebayo from Southfield College was concerned about senior secondary school students, especially in regards to WAEC and their JAM exams. Ms. Praise from Champion Foundational Nursery and Primary School was concerned about parents withdrawing their children when they don't pass their class and are told to repeat that class. Mr. Oni from the Ministry of Education. He said every family should have values that drive the society, but sadly, those values are lost, as the parents are lacking integrity as well. It is what you are taught at home that you practice in your school. This woman in particular had a unique report, and we had to dig deeper to find out more of the information that exposed other schools.
My name is Mercy Janet Nzego, the proprietress of the Light Mega Children Nursery and Primary School, located at the Ultimate, and by the grace of God, I belong to our Fed Association from League for Educational Development. I just sat down in the office that fateful day, and this young lady just walking, very slim. I don't even remember her name. But all I knew is that she just came and said, madam, I have a boy that the mother has, their house got burnt at Ijora, that he needed a certificate for this young boy. I said, I'm sorry, me, I cannot certificate out for you, just like that. But do you know what? You are very lucky. We have not done placement exam because I make it compulsory for all my children that they must sit for placement exam, which is Lagos State examination in primary 6. And I make up my mind that there is no primary 5 students that can go out of my school without sitting for placement exam. So I'm mandatory that they must get to primary 6 because that is the rules, a regulation of our fathers and mothers. I do call them because they are educator in Lagos State. They are my father and my mother in the education department, which I must obey. And I told her, I said, okay, your child needs to write exam. And I said, okay, that's good. And I said, okay. He said, well, I said, okay, where is your CA? Because Lagos State have to collect CA from us along with the registration before the children can write the exam. She now said the house has got burnt. They couldn't find CA. I said, wow. In fact, the funniest thing to me, he said the boy has been home for home coaching. And the boy is presently in JSS3 because of the incident that happened. They did not have any CA to present. I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to print out some exam for this child from primary 1 to primary 5. So I did that. October 22, 2018, someone just called me and said, Auntie Annie, congratulations, fire on the man. I said, no. But it's a testimony for you. I said, what? What happened? He said, there is a woman that came to your school, that came to brought a child. I said, which woman? Which woman? I said, I don't know, but you register a boy for your common entrance. And I remember that, yes, I have an extra candidate that time. I never knew that this woman, very young, a young reporter, you never knew that he has any ulterior motive.
So in any of your interactions with her, you never suspected that?
Nothing, no suspicion of anything. Even my secretary did not suspect anything. We're just doing everything we are doing on our own, on the normal ground that we just have to, stand on what we have to stand for. I never know. And even anytime this lady come in is with a camera. She cameras me. If you go to Sahara Reporter 2018, you will see my picture. Before that day, a day before the exam was set today. On Friday, she called me, that very lady. I said, Auntie Anu, I want a special class for my child. Money, special class where? She described that in the report. That if you look at the way Auntie Anu was standing that day, it would be as if she was with her. I said, no, Shebi, you see your child is in primary, JSS3 before. You want to have primary 6 certificate. JSS3 students will be able to pass, he can pass it. That day, the person she sent was also a reporter. A guy came along with the boy. I dressed up with the boy with my own school uniform. The boy was putting on my school uniform, getting to the exam hall. She gave bribe to one of the staff officer there, 5,000. The officer did not know that the boy is videoing everything. So the following Saturday, after this woman has called me and told me everything, Monday, I was rejoicing with my children. I said, children, on the assembly, see what God has helped me. As we are rejoicing, I sat down in my office. I just saw 4 representatives from Lagos Education Department at Alausa interviewing me and asking me and say, did the exam for this boy, and this boy cheated in the exam, or all this kind of thing. I said, I don't know anything. All I know is that this same boy, I have some documents, he wrote some exam, I registered him, I did not know anything. But they came and say, well, we just want to congratulate you that it is not a bad testimony for you. It's a good testimony. Keep it up.
Well, why did you reject the offer?
I rejected the offer because I've been told that the law does not want someone to compromise. So when I've given my life to Christ, I carried on that anything I do, I will make sure to I will make sure to have the fear of God in me. So that money does not, the offer does not, it does not mean anything to me. I really appreciate this idea of inculcating integrity into the life of these children, because that is what we call catch them young. So that's what we call catch them young. So by the time they themselves, because they are going to become a leader or tomorrow, by the time good thing is being imparted in them, which Step Up is doing, Step Up Nigeria is doing for them, they will be able to go out there and represent themselves well, and also represent this country well, and also present themselves, in a way that nobody can rubbish them, no shaking. My advice for school, my colleague, is that I want them to take their stand. Don't say because money. Take your stand. Number one, let your kids get to primary 6. Stand for good thing. Let's stand for the right thing. Let's stand and have the fear of God in us and carry this nation along, so that we'll be able to have a better country and nation in the future.